So you want to know how to make sauerkraut. From step one, you get cabbage. You all right with that?
Yeah.
You get cabbage. You get flat Dutch or late Dutch cabbage. That's true sauerkraut cabbage. You can make it out of any old cabbage you want. And I've made it out of just plain old green cabbage. I've made it out of purple cabbage. But real true sauerkraut comes from late Dutch or flat Dutch cabbage. Then what you got to do, you got to shred it. So they got kraut cutters with blades on them and a box on them. You back and forth, and shred them. But we've gotten away from that because we have a shredder that we put on one of the big Hobart machines at the bakery. So we get to go to the bakery and shred 500 pounds of sauerkraut in 2 hours, which would take us hours and hours and hours out here to do. Then you get it shredded, and you got to pound it. So you got to get yourself some sort of pounder. A baseball bat will work. I've used them before. Put it in a bucket. You got to pound it so it starts fracturing the cabbage, so the juices start to release in the cabbage. And then you can put it in anything from a plastic bucket, a crock, a wooden barrel that doesn't leak. We use big plastic barrels. And then you pack it in there. And each layer that you make, about a 4-inch layer, you put about 2 handfuls of salt to it. Just keep layering it, salting it, layering it, salting it. And when you're out of cabbage, then you got to put something on the top of it that keeps weight on it and keeps things from infiltrating it, but also so that it can breathe, because it ferments just like anything else, like wine grapes or anything. It'll ferment, so it has to be able to exhaust and breathe. And keep it started out in a place that's kind of warm, probably 65 degrees maybe at the most, for just a few days. And then get it into a place that's cool. Probably best is 55 degrees, and leave it for about 10. It takes about 10 weeks before it turns into sauerkraut. But you try it every once in a while, and when it's what you like, then you can either bag it and freeze it or jar it and can it, which is we do. We jar it and can it. It's as simple as that. And good homemade sauerkraut has nothing in it but cabbage, salt, a little elbow grease, but it's excellent for you. It's got natural probiotics in it for your digestive system. And even when we're done, we'll have juice in the bottom of the barrel. We'll can up that juice in little half pints, because if you get an upset stomach or a bellyache or constipation or something, sip on that sauerkraut juice, and it'll cure that stuff too. This recipe is probably thousands of years old. However old they've been making sauerkraut, this is the way they've been doing it.